You've felt it, haven't you? That subtle static in the air. That feeling when someone's words just don't align with the energy they're giving off. This isn't about learning a trick, it's about learning to trust a frequency you already sense.
And no, they aren't suspicious, they're not psychic, their perception is just calibrated differently. They see the spaces between the words. They feel the truth that's hiding right behind the story. And once you understand how they see, you start to see it for yourself.
So the first shift in your perception is the most fundamental one. You have to stop listening only to the words.
See, most people get trapped in the story, in the narrative. But the person who can't be lied to is listening for something else. They're listening for the tiny fractures, the mismatch between what is said, how it's said, and what the body is doing all the while. The lies, they don't crack in the words, they crack in the delivery. This, right here, this is the mismatch. A lie requires intense focus to maintain the script, to keep the words straight. The truth requires no such effort. You're not hunting for a clue here. You're simply observing a system that is out of sync with itself.
The second shift, well, it's all about timing. Because the body's truth always arrives before the mind's story can catch up. In the first 3 seconds of a response to a question, a person reveals the real emotional state, their genuine reaction. This is the unguarded space, right before the mental mask slides on.
You learn to watch for these things, not like an investigator, but just as a quiet observer. These are the unguarded moments. It's the body speaking before the mind has a chance to edit the story. And you need to reframe this in your mind. You aren't catching someone in a lie. You are simply receiving the truth their body offered up first. If the first 3 seconds say one thing and the words that follow something else, you already have your answer.
Now the third shift moves beyond what you can see and into what you can feel. Because lies don't just look different, they feel different. When someone is being deceptive, their entire energy signature changes. Their presence seems to pull back, almost as if they've stepped half a foot away from themselves. Their attention has to split between maintaining the lie and constantly monitoring your reaction to it.
You don't even need to analyze this. You just learn to sense it. It's not about logic. It's about resonance. Truth has a certain weight to it. Lies just feel like static. And once you learn to feel the difference, you can't unfeel it.
Okay, so now we shift from passive observation to a more gentle, active probing. This is all about understanding the architecture of a performance.
A rehearsed lie is a performance, simple as that. The liar has a script. It's a straight, clean narrative they need you to follow. Your role isn't to challenge that script head-on, it's to gently step outside of it. You ask a question they haven't prepared for, not an aggressive one, just an unexpected one.
Think about it. A truthful story is like a landscape. You can explore any part of it from any angle. But a rehearsed lie, it's a fragile line. And when you ask for a detail they haven't prepared, that fragile line breaks. They hesitate, they over-explain, or they get defensive. You'll see the performance start to falter.
This is the principle. This is what you need to remember. When questioned, the truth opens up. It expands with consistent detail. A lie, when pressed, just folds in on itself. It collapses. This final shift is the most profound because it isn't a technique you use on other people. It's a state you cultivate within yourself.
You have to understand, a lie needs emotional leverage to work. It feeds on your reaction, your insecurity, your need for a certain answer. But when your own presence is calm, observant, and non-reactive, you give the lie nothing to push against.
When you stop reacting, people stop performing for you. When you stop showing that you need a particular answer, they stop shaping their words to please you. And when you become comfortable with silence, people will rush to fill it, often with the very truth they were trying so hard to hide.
By embodying this calm neutrality, you are no longer a participant in their drama. You simply become a reflective surface. They're just left alone with their own story, their own energy, their own truth. Deception dissolves when there's nothing for it to hold on to. Ultimately, becoming the person others can't lie to isn't some cynical exercise. It's about clarity. It's about seeing people as they are, not just as they present themselves to be.
This awareness, it changes everything. Not because you'll suddenly live in a world without lies, but because you will live in a world where you are no longer affected by them. You'll just see.